And we're live. Hello, everybody. Hope you're having a tremendous day, night, so wherever time you're watching this. And I hope you're ready to talk a little nutrition because that is why I'm here. And our lesson today is all about carbohydrates. So I hope you're fueled up. If not, you might need some carbohydrates. So let me pull up my screen. And sorry for the delay there. And here we go. All right. So carbohydrates, week 4 already. Can't believe it. And last week we talked about protein, as you may remember. And if not, you can go back and watch that video. This one will be a short and sweet lesson today. All right. So you don't have to hang on with me too long here. Okay. And then you'll see at the end, you'll be able just to view the video slides. So you won't even have to listen to me. So it'll be very quick for you. All right. So what is the role of the carbohydrates for the athlete? All right. And again, at rest and low intensity exercise, the body's going to use mostly fat as fuel. Okay. But you guys as athletes, right, you're doing these quick bursts, quick accelerations, right? That's when, all right, the body, it likes carbohydrates for that quick action, quick bursts, all right, like that 100-meter sprint, for you guys on the football field making plays, then getting a little bit of time to charge up in between plays and then boom, go again. All right. So carbohydrates, those are going to be your friend here. And so they're stored in much smaller quantities, right? We think of fat, we can kind of sometimes we can see how fat is stored. Carbohydrates are a very quick running battery, burns out very quick. So you need to keep a constant supply going. And that's why the carbs that you're putting in your body are so important. The quality of the carbohydrate, all right? The quantity is very important, but also the quality as well. Okay, so continuing on here, all carbs, maybe you've heard this word before, maybe in your science class, are converted to glucose. All right, sugar in the body, right? C6H12O6. Maybe that rings a bell. If not, you might have been sleeping, maybe during one of those middle school or high school science classes. So some are used right away. Remember, we talked about that in week 1, that just to keep your body alive and functioning, for your organs to work and operate, they're always burning calories, they're always burning energy. Okay, so some of those carbs used right away, but that whole plate of food that you eat, that your body doesn't need that all right now, but it's smart enough to know, hey, I'm not sure when that next meal is going to be here, so I'm going to hold on to some of this. So it stores it, right? Stores that energy in the form that can be used, right, in carbs, or stores it as fat as well. All right. So again, what it doesn't store, or what it doesn't use right now, it's going to store as something called glycogen. So think glucose is stored as glycogen. All right, and that's really that's what glycogen is. It's basically just glucose molecules kind of all like stored up. All right, so it's basically just like this large configure of glucose, right, ready to be used. That's glycogen. That's in all of your skeletal muscles and your liver as well. All right, so muscle glycogen provides a key fuel source during resistance exercise. All right, so again, lifting weights is a major example, right? So you probably felt before, eventually, you're in the gym, you're benching. Let's maybe you're doing a chest, shoulders, triceps day, right? You start to feel that burn a little bit. Well, that's your muscle glycogen sources are depleting. All right, so again, that battery is going down, and your stored glycogen in your liver and in your muscles is running empty, right? And so that's why you're going to need to refuel, and that's why you can go back either a little bit later or that next day and feel good and ready to go. All right. And you guys, maybe you've heard of fast twitch and slow twitch muscle fibers before, but you guys are using a lot of type 2 muscle fibers, right? Those fast twitch. And with those, I think it's fast twitch fibers, they burn very fast as well. Okay. So again, that's why it's so important to be fueled up properly heading into a workout. All right. And then to refuel afterwards as well. You don't want to go in still, your body like hasn't charged up yet, right? You don't want to start your day when your phone battery isn't on 100%, right? You forget to charge it and your phone's on like 19% to start the day. Like for a lot of people that causes like anxiety. They're like worried, right? It's like, oh, it's not at 100. Well, you need to be at 100%. So that's why, again, fueling up beforehand and being ready to go is so critical. So how many carbs do I need per day? So you may remember we did this last week. I'm sorry, I got a little close to you there on the mic. I had to reach for. I'm on my yoga ball here as well, so reach for a pen here. So how many carbs do you need? All right, per day. Okay, so for you guys, I'm just gonna move my little video over here. For the strength and power athletes, we're looking at about 5 to 7 grams per kilogram per day. Okay, so let's do the math here. So you're going to take your body weight in pounds. Okay, so that's what's common to us, right? So let's say that you are you're 140 pounds. All right, so 140 pounds, and you're going to divide that by 2.2 because that's going to convert it to kilograms here for us. So 140 divided by 2.2, you're looking at that's going to give you that number there. All right, is going to be 63.6. All right, so hold on to that's what you weigh in kilograms. All right. Now you're going to take the number that you got. So in our case, 63.6, and multiply by 5. Okay. When I do that, all right, I get 318. I can just keep it 318. Don't have to do that and numbers out to the decimal. All right, and then let's do the next one down there. Let's take the number that we got, so 63.6, and let's multiply that by 7. So with that, I got 445, rounding. So we have a range here of 318 was my low number, and 445 was my high number. All right, if you're hitting somewhere in there, okay, for the 140-pound athlete, that's good. You're hitting your caloric needs, but from the carbohydrate perspective, right? Because remember, we can get our calories from carbohydrates, proteins, and fats. All right, we talked about proteins last week. Here we have carbohydrates, and what do we need to properly fuel your body back to be able to perform at its best. All right, so 318 to 445. Now, folks, that's not calories. Remember that. Okay, that's not the calories. That is the grams of carbohydrates. Okay, so to see that in calorie form, there's see that big multiply by 4 at the end there. So we can take 318 times 4. All right, and that gives us 1,272. All right, if I do 445, all right, times 4. Okay, that's going to give me 1,780 or 1,780 calories. So somewhere in that range, okay, in that range here, that's your goal. Okay, if you're a little bit on the higher, if you're getting more towards the 1,780, right, then we're probably going to be that's going to be for those that are trying to put on weight. So that's okay. All right, so as long as you're at least getting that baseline, that's good. If not, that minimum number that we got, so 1,272. But again, that's for the 140-pound athlete. It's going to be different for each one of you. Okay, so that's how you can see about how many do I need per day. Okay, so then you could track that. And so let's move on here to beware of empty or bad carbohydrates, folks, aka empty calories. Maybe you've heard of them before, all right? But basically, these are just foods that are high in calories. You think, oh, that's good, right? We want we're trying to increase our calories, right? But low in nutrients. So, okay, we're talking vitamins, minerals, fiber, antioxidants, right? These things that are important for the body. Important's an understatement, right? They allow your body to function. And I'll have a lesson here in a few weeks where I talk about different nutrients, all right, micronutrients. But again, these are probably a lot of the foods that you may enjoy if you kind of sit back and view the lens of your diet. It's a lot of highly processed things, foods, things with different added chemicals and sugars and like synthetic vitamins, like those that are in your cereal. If you look at your cereal box, hey, I'm getting a lot of vitamins and minerals, and you hear it in the commercials too, vitamins and minerals, but they're all synthetic, they're man-made. So not the best. Okay, certainly the body, honestly, it just goes right through them and you pee them out. They really aren't even absorbed by the body. So it's kind of it sounds good, but it's not. So again, these things like white bread and sugars. Okay, so these things are just the nutrients are depleted out. You're just eating calories and getting nothing out of it. Getting no return on what you're eating, right? What you're putting in your body, you want your body to be able to use. And again, those calories, yes, your body will use these foods that aren't good for you. All right, but you're not going to be at your best. Okay, you're not going to be your, as we talked about in that second week, right? How sugar robs your cells of different nutrients, right? So it's something to think about, right? So I got some examples here, right? You don't want to drink your calories, ladies and gentlemen. When I say drink your calories, I mean the sodas, all right, the energy drinks, fruit juices, even. You might think that's healthy, right? But a lot of them are from concentrate. It's really just, it's not pure, just raw fruit juice, okay? Kind of all the good vitamins and minerals are sort of baked out of them, all right? It's not, they're not there. Sports drinks, lemonade, sweet tea. So all those folks. A little story of me. I went on a missions trip to Peru. It's about 10 years ago. And so I don't drink pop, but when I was down there, we couldn't really drink the water or else we'd get sick. So I spent the 10 days drinking something called Inca Cola. It was basically, it tasted like Coca-Cola and bubble gum. It was really good. So I came back to the States. I would have thought that, I'm on a missions trip. I'm not, I'm not eating super fancy, eating these great meals. We're kind of working all day in the heat. Um, but I came back and I had put on like 7 or 8 pounds. And honestly, it was from the sugar that I had been drinking in the pops and the sodas. So again, you might be thinking, oh, hey, yeah, I want to gain some weight. I'm trying to gain weight. That's not the way to do it. Okay. We want to put on good weight. This was not good weight that I had added on. All right. So don't drink your calories, folks. Okay. Trying to avoid that at all costs. And then again, I have probably many of your favorites on here: candy, cakes, cookies, pastries, jams, fake syrups, white bread, buns, bagels, rolls, sugary cereals. You can read there for yourself. A lot of different things, all right, that maybe you're consuming on a daily basis, all right, things you enjoy. And these companies know you enjoy them because they put a perfect mix of salty and sweet together, and your brain craves them. All right. So, but this is where that discipline is going to have to come in. You're going to have to say, no, this is not going to make me the very best version of myself, right? So this is going to take me where I want to go. All right, so some good substitutes, all right, and game changers here before I give you my grocery store rundown. Again, folks, foods that are natural. Actually, I'll say it on this next slide here. I'll just hop here for a second. All right, that middle bullet there. Okay, this is how I like to think about it. Was this food around 200 years ago? If it was, then you can probably eat it. It's good. If it's not, if it's in a box or a package, all right, yeah, it's not, because those packages it wasn't grown on a tree like that. It didn't come out of the ground like that, right? Some person, all right, in a factory or at a business put it there, right? Not good. Okay, so let me go back here. So again, eating as natural as possible. That's fruits and vegetables. Okay, and don't cheat. I'm not talking like a caramel apple at the carnival, all right, or dipping vegetables and fruits in ranch, caramel sauce, fruit sugar sauce. Okay, again, eat them. The more variety you have as well. Remember, not taste the rainbow Skittles, right? You want to eat the rainbow, but different, just fruits and vegetables as well. Some other good carbs, right? Starchy vegetables like sweet potatoes and regular potatoes. Okay, and then a lot of different things here: rice, beans, lentils, quinoa, oatmeal, pastas. And a lot of those, what's nice about those is you're getting carbs, but again, a lot of foods aren't just one thing. So not just carbs, they're a lot of those are good sources of protein as well. Okay. And again, I prefer, my goal as a sports nutrition coach, I want to make you a better athlete, but also I want to give you a healthy lifestyle as well. So I'm very different in a realm of how other sports nutrition coaches and even like professional dietitians and how they would coach you. All right. I'm actually I'm looking at good health for you as well. So it makes it a little bit more challenging for you, but this is the investment in your life and in your health. Okay. So, I just have a little side note here about breads that are whole grain with different nuts and seeds. Look for organic. Okay. Those are always going to be best. Okay. Even I like pasta substitutes. All right. As you see down, there's a lot of 2023. What's nice about it is there's a lot of variations and they don't taste bad either. I've had all these chickpea pasta, brown rice, and quinoa pasta. They're good. You really can't even tell that you're not eating spaghetti. Like I truly mean that. So something to play around with as well. If you can't get organic wheat, like organic pasta, especially grown here in the USA, probably best to look another route. Okay, so I'd go